Welcome back to my channel. I have been MIA for a while, but that's because I traveled to South Dakota. I have things that I've been doing in the new house, which is nothing that is YouTube worthy. Basically, I've been cleaning. I took a month off of work just to focus on the new house and trying to get grass to grow and things like that, planting plants, whatever. You did not see that. I'm just saying. But also, little by little, I have been working here in the she shed. As you know, I'm converting it into my office. So all I've been able to do at this point is, and I've been putting up, I've got a little leftover insulation from the build of my house. So I used it on this wall. As you can see, there's a couple of spots without insulation on this wall. So 3 spots with none. Oh, 3.5 with none, but that's okay. I'm going to pick some up later this week, I think. But in the meantime, my focus has been to put this insulated foil on the ceilings. It acts as like a UV barrier. Although I have a metal roof, I decided to put this up to just kind of keep the heat out, like the sun's heat out, and the cold air in when I am running an air conditioner, which I desperately need because it's hot, and I'm running on extension cords right now. My Starlink for this space did arrive, and I didn't realize what I bought. I wanted a Starlink that I could put on the roof, and I did buy a saddle to mount the satellite to fit on the roof, but I bought the satellite that you don't mount to anything. It sits outside. Sits is the key word. So what I'm going to do is drill a hole. There is a little bit of space above, so I have a front porch out here, and there's a little space up here behind this foil, insulated foil. I need to cut like a hole in it for the ventilation to flow through. But while I'm at it, I'm going to tear into it a little bit on this end so I can drill a hole in the porch area to come through here. And then I'm going to run the cord in and down, and I will eventually have an outlet here, somewhere over here. Not only for that, but I do have, hold on, I have this adorable hanging light that will go in this corner eventually when I have a ceiling installed. It's just a plug-in light with the little switch here, but I want this over the sofa that I'm buying for this. I'm getting a small sofa, very small, because it's a very small space. I'll have a sofa here in this corner, and then what you don't see is this wall next to me. I will have a television there, countertop with like a kitchen sink. But I'm going off grid. I bought a toilet today. It is a composting toilet. But once I finish this wall, I'm going to build a bathroom. My bathroom will only consist of a toilet with some shelving in the bathroom area, and there I'll have like hand sanitizer, but here in the main space I will have a sink. So I haven't ordered the sink. The plan is to buy a sink that has, you know, it's the base cabinet with the countertop and a sink built in already. They also come with the faucet attached. So out here, it's not far from the well that feeds my house, so I'm going to see if I can tap off of that well so that I can have water out here. But to avoid having to either one, tap into my septic or install a new one, I'm doing a composting toilet. And I know that sounds gross and that turns a lot of people off, but the cool thing about the composting toilet is I can take the waste, turn it into soil that I can then use on my property. Although I live in northwest Wisconsin and the very northwestern part of Wisconsin, everything is sand, and it's back to the ancient glaciers, you know, as they flow through during the Ice Age. It left a trail of sand, and when I say sand, I mean a ton of sand. So we need dirt, and I am a tightwad, kind of. I don't want to buy dirt if I can create it. I do have a composter. I'm actively working on making some soil, but in the meantime, I think this is going to be an amazing asset to that right there. So that should be here in a week or two. And yeah, so all I need is water and electricity out here. And right now my electricity that I have is extension cords connected to my home. And my home, as you see, is a good distance over there. There we go. Now you can see that's the corner of my house. It is a good distance over there. So I have a 200-foot extension cord. I think it's a 100-foot extension cord and then two others running to it. So that's not enough electricity to feed this thing, obviously. So I do need electricity. We're going to do that. And then on the opposite side, I'm hung up. Hold on. What you see outside that window is my camper, which also needs a 30 amp hookup. So we're going to do a 30 amp hookup over there. And then whatever I need to feed, I need to be able to power a television, a Keurig, lights, computer, my toilet, the composting toilet. Also, it does have electricity. Although it's supposed to be off-grid, you can connect it to electricity. So I need to be able to do that because our winters are really, really bad. The coldest I've ever experienced here in northwest Wisconsin is 50 below zero. On average, it's like 30 to 35 below zero in the winter. So like in the heart of winter, like in February, 30, 35 below zero. So I need a way to be able to use the restroom when I'm in here working. So that is the plan. Electricity. We need it. It's an absolute need. But in the meantime, as you see the foil up here, now that the ring light's off, the foil, this is an insulated foil. Behind all of this foil is insulation. I do have space over here, up there, that runs over my porch. And we're going to cut a hole in that, just a hole. I'm hoping it's enough. I need a hole for the ventilation because I do have a vent on this end of the shed and a vent on that end. The problem is the vent is behind that and a couple of feet over. And I can't reach all the way over. So, putting the foil covering the trusses and the whatever, yeah, that's impossible. So there's just like random bits of styrofoam insulation. I know that sounds bad, but I promise it's not. Little bits of traditional insulation. There's all kinds of stuff up there to help insulate. And I'm really nervous about cutting a hole in this because I don't want it to collect cold. But I am putting a ceiling in, and I will add more insulation throughout. Around the doors and windows, this here, for instance, is spray foam insulation. I do have it around the windows, but then on top of that, I only did a little bit of it so that on top I can put traditional insulation. And this insulation here is not harmful. I can handle this without gloves or a mask, though I recommend to always mask up. This, I forgot what it's called, but it is an animal byproduct, so it's like sheep's wool. I could be completely wrong. If you know exactly what it is, it has something to do with sheep. I think it's sheep's wool. Either way, throw it in the comments. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. So I need to go pick more of that up. I'm going to try to do that this week because that insulated foil is going to go on top of that. So today we're going to not insulate, but we're going to cover this. Because the plan is I have tongue and groove board that's going to go on the ceiling. I do currently have that, as you can see there with my boxed wine. All of that is my ceiling wood. But the walls, I'm going with, this wall will be sheetrock, and then the rest of the walls are going to be paneling. So stay tuned. But my son and his wife left their dog with me without asking. That's her. Ivy, come. Ivy, come. She doesn't listen very well. And I don't like having to raise my voice because I'm actually a very calm person. I used to not be, but I am today. No. This is Ivy. She is a long-haired weenie dog who likes to be curled up. Stay. This is why we drink wine. Out of a mason jar, right? I did get screwdrivers, so let's finish taking this down so we can staple up the aluminum, not aluminum, what is it? Yeah, the aluminum insulation. Did I say that right? If I did not say that right, I apologize. Correct me in the comments. I know you will anyway. Jeez. Watch out. Whew. Come on, guys. Come on, out. To turn my ring light on so you can see what I have done. So this wall is almost complete. I need to put some insulation in this area, that area, and then the end piece. That's the last bit of this wall. So there's 3 areas that have no insulation. I'll get those insulated. I don't know if it'll be this week or next, but I will get that done. I need to buy the insulation for the entire thing. Everything I'm using today, other than the foil insulation, is leftover material from when I built the house. So I think it's time to take a break until tomorrow. Tomorrow I might start framing, but that depends on if I have to take my son to the airport or not. Because the airport's a 2.5 hour drive. 2 hours and 18 minutes to be precise drive. I love him, but I'm praying, fingers crossed, that he and his wife found a ride with someone in her family. Because I am just too exhausted to do that. I picked them up the other day, and I'm too exhausted to do it again. I will if I have to. I love the kids, but I don't want to. I have too much to do here at the house. And this being one, I need to get my shed done. Winter's going to come soon. It's almost August, which I like to call October, because at the end of August, it starts to cool down. October also means I can start decorating for Halloween, right? I think I can. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. And next time we will try to finish this. You can see I've got this. I've got the entire roof lined with this material. And so I need to insulate that. I'm only insulating the center and a little bit of the angle, because I'm going to have an angled ceiling with the tongue and groove that I do have. But I'm going to start framing the bathroom and try to get that knocked out, especially now that I've ordered the toilet. So stay tuned. If you haven't done so, please follow and subscribe, and stay tuned for what's to come of the she shed / office / whatever. I don't know. I'm too tired to even think. I love you all. So, hi. I just had an electrician come out and visit me, and I'm so excited because we are now going to pause construction on the shed because the electrician is going to come in and put in, not only wire me up to the electrical at the house, but they're going to put me a box out here and give me some outlets and a couple of lights. And I can't wait. But he did say I had to stop construction in the meantime. So before I finish the bathroom, I have to stop everything because I can't even insulate, because like on this wall where there's insulation, they have to cut into not only the traditional insulation but this silver stuff to put a switch plate up for my light switch. So everything is on pause. Stay tuned, because as soon as he is done out here, everything's going to get back on track, and then we are going to build the office, aka the black shed. And I'm excited. Stay tuned.